demand curve? What's the use of it? Is there any difference between demand and quantity demanded? When does the demand curve shift? When does the movement is along the demand curve? I have a lot of questions. Can you explain?
Okay, let us start. Demand is how much somebody is willing, able, and ready to purchase. A change in price changes quantity demanded. A change in non-price factors change demand. A change in price changes quantity demanded. A change in non-price factors change demand. Demand curve is a two-dimensional graph. Change in price leads to change in quantity demanded. Then the movement is along demand curve. Change in non-price factors change in demand. Demand shift. Increase in demand shifts right. Demand curve shifts right. Decrease in demand, demand curve shifts left. Increase in demand shifts right. Decrease in demand shifts left. The law of demand is better explained by demand curve. So let me tell you what is a demand curve and how can I explain all these things in detail using graphs. Are you ready?
Demand schedule. The demand of a commodity is the amount of it that a consumer will purchase or will be ready to take off from the market at various given prices in a given period of time. According to the law of demand, other things being equal, if price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded of it will rise. And if price of the commodity rises, its quantity demanded will decline. The law of demand can be illustrated through a demand schedule. The demand schedule of an individual consumer is given. Price 2, quantity demanded is 10. When the price is 4, quantity demanded is 8. When the price is 6, quantity demanded is 6. When the price is 8, quantity demanded is 4. Price increases, quantity demanded decreases. We can add up the various quantities demanded by the number of consumers in the market. Then we get market demand schedule. The demand schedule of several consumers of the same commodity. When the price is 2, A's demand is 4, B's demand is 5, C's demand is 6. And market demand schedule is 4 plus 5 plus 6, 15. When the price is 4, A's demand is 3, B's demand is 4, C's demand is 4. Market demand is 11. 3 plus 4 plus 4, 11. When the price is 6, A's demand is 2, B's demand is 3, C's demand is 2. Market schedule is 7. 2 plus 3 plus 2, 7. When the price is 8, A's demand is, B's demand is, C's demand is, market schedule 4. 1 plus 2 plus 1, 4. We can add up the various quantities demanded by the number of consumers in the market. If there are a lot of consumers, not 3 consumers, a lot of consumers in the market, we can add up the various quantities demanded by all these consumers in the market and you get a market schedule. Demand schedule of a consumer. Demand schedule of a consumer. Price to quantity demanded 10. Price 4 quantity demanded 8. Price 6 quantity demanded is. Price 8 quantity demanded is. When the price of the commodity is rupees 2, the consumer purchases 10 units of the commodity. When the price of the commodity is 4, the consumer purchases 8 units of the commodity. When the price of the commodity is rupees 6, the consumer purchases 6 units of the commodity. When the price of the commodity is rupees 8, the consumer purchases, you get 4 units of the commodity. Demand curve of a consumer. The demand curve, what is a demand curve? The demand curve is a graphic statement, a graphic presentation of quantities of a good which will be demanded by the consumer at various possible prices at a given point of time. Look at the graph. Quantity along the x-axis, price along the y-axis. When the price is 8, quantity demanded is 4. When the price is 6, quantity demanded is 6. When the price is 4, quantity demanded is 8. When the price is 2, the quantity demanded is 10. And this curve is called demand curve. Demand curve of a consumer. Demand schedule of A. Price to quantity demanded by A. 4. Quantity demanded by one consumer in the market. When the price is 2, 4 units. When the price is 4, 3 units. What is 3? 3 units is the quantity demanded by a consumer, one consumer A in the market. When the price is 6, it is 2 units. When the price is 8, it is just 1 unit. Demand curve of an individual. The demand curve is a graphic presentation. Demand curve of an individual is shown. Demand schedule of B. B is another consumer, second consumer. His demand schedule is given. Price to quantity demanded by B, 5 units. Price for quantity demanded by B, 4 units. Price 6, quantity demanded by B is 3 units. When the price is 8, quantity demanded by the customer B is 2. The demand curve of an individual is given. Demand curve of B. The demand curve of the consumer B is shown. the third consumer C and his demand schedule. When the price is 2, quantity demanded by C is 6. When the price is 4, quantity demanded by C is 4. When the price is 6, quantity demanded by C, the third consumer, is 2. When the price is 8, what is 1? Quantity demanded by C. Demand curve of an individual. The individual's name is C. Demand curve of C. His demand curve is shown. Market demand schedule of A, B, C. A is the consumer, B is another consumer, and C is the third consumer. Price 2, quantity demanded by ABC, 4 by A, 5 by B, and 6 by C. So the quantity demanded by ABC is 4 plus 5 plus 6, 15. When the price is 4, 3 is the quantity demanded by A, 4 is the quantity demanded by B, and 4 is the quantity demanded by C. So the quantity demanded by A, B, and C is 3 plus 4 plus 4, 11. When the price is 6, 2 plus 3 plus 2, 7. When the price is 8, 1 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 4. 4 is the quantity demanded by ABC. Suppose there are 3 individuals or buyers in the market for a good. You get a demand schedule like this. Whatever be the number of individuals in the market, their demand schedules can be added together to get a market demand schedule for a good. Market demand curve. Market demand curve of ABC is shown. Demand curve. What is a demand curve? A graphic representation of demand schedule. Demand curve is a graphic representation of demand schedule. Individual demand curve, the graphic representation of individual demand schedule. Market demand curve, the graphic representation of market demand schedule. Individual demand curve and market demand curve, what about their slopes? Both slopes downwards to the right. Derivation of market demand curve. Demand curve of individual A plus demand curve of individual B plus demand curve of individual C is equal to market demand curve. At price P dash, QA is the quantity demanded by A, QB is the quantity demanded by B, QC is the quantity demanded by C, and Q at price P, Q is the quantity demanded in the market. QA plus QB plus QC. Remember, same price, same commodity, same time. Look at the graphs. Demand curve of A at P dash QA is the quantity. Demand curve of B, P dash QB is the quantity. Demand curve of C, P dash is the price and QZ is the quantity. And market demand curve, P dash is the price and OQ is equal to QA plus QB plus QC. Extension and contraction in demand. Price is P, the quantity demanded is M. When the price falls to P dash, quantity demanded is N. When the price rises to P2 dash, quantity demanded is L. Price increases, price decreases. Quantity decreases, quantity increases. Same demand curve. This is extension and contraction in demand. Increase in demand. Increase in demand leads to the shift of the demand curve to the right. Price is constant, more quantity demanded at the same price. Shift to the right. Decrease in demand curve. Decrease in demand. Shift of the demand curve to the left. DD is the demand curve and D dash is the new demand curve. Price remains constant. Less quantity demanded for the same price. Demand curve shift to the left.
One, two, three, 4 points to remember. Point 1. Demand schedule is the table showing the data of price and quantity demanded of a commodity. Point 2. Demand curve is a graphic representation of demand schedule. Point 3. Demand curve is a two-dimensional graph. Point 4. Increase in demand leads to shift of demand curve to the right and decrease in demand leads to shift of demand curve to the left.